Okay, let's try another GeoGebra exploration, geogebra.org. Make sure you're in the GeoGebra, you're using the GeoGebra tools. Let's go ahead and center the coordinate plane. And we're going to go and make a polygon. So let's do this. Polygon, dot, dot, dot. Make sure you finish this. We'll just make a triangle. And this time we're going to draw the median of each of we're going to draw the median of the triangle, the medians of the sides of the triangle. So the way we do that is like such. We're going to, let's go ahead and find the midpoint of each of the sides. So we'd like the midpoint between A and B, the midpoint between A and C, the midpoint between B and C. And one way we can find the midpoint is just to, go and touch the individual dot there, double click, actually get the coordinates, double click, get the coordinates for this guy, and then we could calculate the midpoint. We have a midpoint formula, but we're going to use the GeoGebra tool. So under construct, the very first option is midpoint or center. And to do that, we'll select 2 points or a segment or a circle. So first I'm going to select point A and then select point B, and it draws point D in the center. This next time I'm just going to select line AC or segment AC, and when I do, I get E right in the midpoint. And I'll select segment BC, and I get a dot F right in the center. Now that I've got those, I can go ahead and draw my medians. But first, aren't you a little suspicious about whether D is really in the center of AB? Let's do some verification here. So we're going to go and use the measure tool, this one, and instead of measuring an angle, we're going to measure a line, a distance. So I'm going to go ahead and put the measure between A and D. And then I'm going to put the measure between, I'd like to make it so that I don't see that. Let's see if I can do this. B and D. Okay, I did it. I got it. That was kind of weird. I couldn't see it, but let's go ahead and make sure that worked. I'm going to go ahead and click on the pointer tool, and I'm going to go ahead and drag A around, and I want to point out that D stays in the center and that AD stays equal to BD. So that's cool. That's good. And we could verify that that's true here, and that's true here, and true here, and here. But for now, I just wanted to verify that D definitely was put in the midpoint. Hopefully, we can believe that's true for E and for F. Now we can go ahead and draw our lines, our median lines that go from the vertex of a particular angle to the midpoint of the opposite side. So here we go. I'm just going to go to line. And there's several different ways we can draw it. We could draw it as a segment, or a line, or a ray, or a vector. We're going to just do a line. And the way I do that is select 2 points. So I'm going to go ahead and select point A and F. Boom, did it, yay. And then we're going to go and select point C and D. And then we'll select points E and B, and now we have all the medians of the triangle, and you'll notice that they intersect at a point. So we're going to go back for the intersection tool under points. We won't choose the point tool, but we'll choose the next one, which is intersect, and then we'll go and we'll click and just choose that guy. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this, I want to show you something kind of cool. We're going to use the measure tool, and we're going to measure the distance from A to G and the distance from G to F. And when we do that, we see 4.56 and 2.28. So now that we know the measure of AG and GF, I'm going to show you something kind of interesting. In this particular triangle, when we go to when we draw all the medians and we get that point in the center, what happens is the distance from G to, I think this is F over here. I wonder if I click on it if it will show me. No, that'd be too easy. Oh yeah, there it is. So anyways, there's a special relationship between the distance between G and F and G and A. So the way we'll figure that out is we're going to take the 2.28 and add it to the 4.56. 2.28 plus 4.56, and when I do that I get 6.84. So the total distance from A to F is 6.84. And what's neat here is, watch what happens when I divide 2.28 divided by 6.84. So 2.28 divided by 6.84, I get 0.3 repeating, which is exactly the same as 1/3. And for those of you that don't remember, 1/3 is this. I'll show you. You just do 1 divided by 3, which that's 1/3, and then say equal, and sure enough, you get 0.3 repeating. So the point that I'm trying to make is that this distance from G to F is 1/3 of the distance from A to F. And so the distance from A to G must be 2/3 of the distance from A to F. And it turns out when we draw all the medians of a triangle, that's the relationship that we get, 1/3 to 2/3. Now, that's not true when we do angle bisectors of the triangle. These are not angle bisectors. And in case you think they are, hey, what the heck? Let's just try it. Let's use the angle measure tool. So I'm going to measure from here to here. Oh, whoops, I did it the wrong way. Let's undo that. If I can. I'm waiting. Is it going to undo it? I'm going to try hitting undo again. Oh dear, I'm still waiting for it to undo. Come on, undo. Okay, let's try it one more time. And now it undid 8 things. So I'm going to redo. Let's get some of these things back here again. Okay, I think that's good. So now let's go ahead and measure the angle. So we measure the angle. So I made a mistake to measure the angle by going ECG. Let's see, what do we want? We want, maybe we do want, we're going to try it again. EC. Yeah, no, ECG is not working. So I'm going to stop and then undo. Try that again. Okay, we're going to go G, C, E. Okay, that makes sense because going from G to E is going counterclockwise, so that's better. All right, then we're going to go and measure the angle from, let's see, we'll go from F to C to G, and I think that'll work out for us. Let's try that. So F, C, G. Oh, good. Okay. And then we'll use the pointer tool to separate these guys out so that we have 2 different things. And what we can see is, honestly, I can't remember which one goes with which. Let's see if I can drag something around and we'll see if we get a result. Here we go. So can we see if there's a really big difference between these guys? Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is obviously the 76 and this is obviously the 44. This guy's smaller than this guy. So what you can see is this guy's definitely not an angle bisector. Now, why am I telling you this? I don't want you to watch this and listen to this and memorize what you're seeing. I'm trying to show you this because I'd like for you to play around with it, and I'd like for you to discover some interesting things that you can do or understand. I'd like it if you could discover that when you draw the medians of a triangle, you do not get an angle bisector. And if you draw if you draw 3 angle bisectors, then you don't get 1/3 and 2/3. Okay? The only way to really nail this stuff down is to try it out for yourself and see what you get, and then write it all out and organize it, and then you'll have it nailed. Okay. So hopefully that was a pretty good exploration of GeoGebra for you. All kinds of tools that we tried. We ended up finding the midpoint tool, and we got the angle measurement tool, and we used the intersection tool again. So and we developed a polygon. So and we're using the pointer tool. Okay, that's it.